Hello everyone, welcome back to Top 10 Famous channel, with Fast and Furious 9 bringing some notable characters from past film back. What are the chances that Brian O'Connor will also return? The long-running Universal Pictures franchise is gearing up its 9th installment from the primary saga, and given the confirmed appearance of Han, the question whether or not Brian could also somehow be involved must also be raised. So to find an answer to this question, keep watching to figure out.
Yo, I want to play this.
Fast.
We going on! We going on!
After Paul Walker's tragic demise in 2013, James Wan's Furious 7 was retooled to write off his character, instead of sending him off permanently. However, the Fast and Furious franchise opted for a less sad farewell, with Brian deciding to retire from Dom and the team's operations to live a quiet family life with Mia and their son. Inevitably, of course, doing this kept the door open for potential return for the character, with Furious 7 establishing the possibility that Brian can be brought back without Walker. With a formidable foe in Dom's secret brother, Jacob, played by John Cena, who is backed up by Fate of the Furious criminal mastermind and cyber-terrorist Cypher, conversations about whether or not Brian can come out of retirement are somewhat unavoidable. Naturally, the return of Han and both Sean Boswell and Earth for Fast and Furious 9 all bolster the idea that the film can also feature familiar faces from previous films, and considering how big of a role Brian has had in the film series, it might follow suit. Finally, and most importantly, the primary conflict of the forthcoming blockbuster involves Mia as well, who brings Brian back into the equation one way or the other. While Jacob seems to only have a personal grudge against Dom, Mia's long association with Dom could also make her a target for their brother as well. Brian's wife is confirmed to appear in Fast and Furious 9, after skipping Fate of the Furious to maintain continuity from Furious 7 and based on her prominence in its marketing. It's safe to assume that she played a vital part in the narrative. All that being said, Universal Pictures would probably be justifiably careful about bringing back Brian because of the sad circumstances of his departure. Just because they have the means to do it doesn't mean that they should, otherwise, they risk it being disrespectful to the actor's memory. Even if Walker's family is on board with the idea, which is possible, given that the franchise previously tapped the help of his brothers to finish off his scenes for Furious 7, there's really no real urgency to go through such length for the new film. If they do bring him back, they're arguably better off saving his return for the final movie to suit the billing of the endgame, ensuring that it has more impact. On top of that, waiting to bring him back to the finale would ensure that Brian is a part of the Fast Saga capper, which he deserves considering that he was a pioneer character. While there's even a small chance that Brian will appear in Fast and Furious 9, the film will have no choice but to provide an update about his character. It would be strange not to address his absence if both Mia and their son, who was spotted on the set of the project at the start of principal photography in 2019, appear in the film. For now, there should be enough content until he hopefully comes back in Fast 11. According to Digital Spy reports, that the film's director, Justin Lin, confirmed that the character Brian O'Connor will indirectly appear in Fast and Furious 9. As you can see in the trailer Fast and Furious 9 released on April 14th, the audience caught a glimpse of Brian O'Connor in the scene. In addition, the blue Nissan skylight attached to the character also appeared in that. This surprised the audience because Paul Walker died in a traffic accident in 2013. The idea that Brian O'Connor is still alive in the Fast universe is very impactful and very important. Justin Lin told Variety that the movie's place in the series means there's scope to feature several characters. When we talk about Fast 9, this is the first time for me creatively approaching it, not as just the one film. In the past, I've always felt like we're lucky enough to do one, let's do everything we can, but Vin finally talked me into it. You know, when I came back, he's like, well, let's think about it as a final chapter, Lin explained. So Fast 9 is really the beginning of the final chapter of the saga. So in doing that, I think there's a lot of room to really play some characters. And Brian obviously is a big part of the universe still.
Asked you are.
I am not to be compared to you.
No one outruns their past.
I am more easy, you try.
The director also felt that it would be more appropriate to bring Paul Walker's character, Brian, back in some way than just mentioning his name in the scene or dialogue. I want to always be very respectful in how we present that. I think that 9, you will feel the presence of Brian for sure, he concluded. In another interview with Deadline, director Justin Lin also opened up to audiences about the future of Luke Hobbs and Deckard Shaw in the main series of the franchise. In 2019, played by Dwayne Johnson, Jason Statham respectively, the two characters moved away from the Central franchise 2 years ago for the spin-off film Hobbs and Shaw. The film also featured Idris Elba as villain Brixton Lore. I never really consider them gone, you know. To me, they're still in this universe. They're part of this family. Whatever you do, whatever we're talking about the next chapter, I never feel like I have any restrictions. So I'm excited for what we built, and as we're coming to this kind of final chapter of this saga, I think I'm excited to revisit any character in any situation is up for discussion. Fast and Furious 9 with director Justin Lin brings together the familiar faces of the brand, including Vin Diesel, Michelle Rodriguez, Jordana Brewster, Tyrese Gibson, Ludacris, Nathalie Emmanuel, Charlize Theron, and Helen Mirren. And that's all for our video today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions or recommendations, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Duct tape. You acting like we on our way to Home Depot.
No,